So Rigondeaux and Tian Kennedy, it was just like we thought. Tian was going to come forth, and Rigondeaux displayed his talent. So people got to see his boxing abilities as far as his knockout power. I didn't know he had that kind of power in him. I thought he had to really set up some punches, but
Rigondeaux, let me tell you, is one of the greatest fighters, both as an amateur and now as a pro, I've ever seen. He is the real good. And once they got him to slow up a little bit, not run around the ring like he did in the amateurs, he is, I don't know how the hell you beat him. I mean, he's a great boxer, and he punches like a mule.
Yeah. And, I mean, Kennedy kept getting up and coming forward, so he kept making the fight. I mean, this kid, he did the best he could, but he was just overwhelmed by the skills of Rigondeaux.
I agree.
And then the second fight, you know, it was just a night of upsets and shock. But that's why they say it's never over till it's over. But Randall Bailey pulling up the upset over Mike Jones. I mean,
the whole fight I'm watching him, and he's losing every round, and he's just waiting to connect with a punch, and he finally connected with a punch, and then with an unbelievable uppercut.
Oh yeah!
In the last round, I mean, unbelievable. He separated Mike from his senses.
Yeah, and I mean that just shocked probably everybody in the building, because Mike is working hard. He's working the angles. He's boxing, but when you're in there with a puncher, if you fall asleep for just 1 second, bam!
You can take your head off like he did.
Oh yeah.
It's true.
And then with the Arce fight, this fight was getting ready to be a mega. This was finna blow up to be just what we thought it was with him and Rojas. And then,
unbelievable fight. I thought when he caught Rojas early, I thought that was going to be it's going to be a quick night. But man, the kid showed a lot of guts, and he kept coming, and he was really taking it to RC at the end.
Yeah, he was. He almost made that a 10-9 round because he came back storming.
I agree.
And then in the second round, you know, that freak incident with Arce, I think he busted an eardrum or something.
Yeah.
I don't know what's the confirmed reports on it, but I think it was the eardrum. But is there any talks about having this rematch again? Because I would like to see that fight.
Yeah, definitely. We're bringing that fight back as soon as we can.
Oh, okay, that's great. And then the main event, we have, you know, what happened with there. But let's talk about before it happened with the Celtics game. Is it because Manny Pacquiao wanted to watch the Celtics game with the Miami Heat?
No, what happened was that Manny had, in the two prior fights, suffered leg cramps. So they suggested that before he came out, after he warmed up, that he use a, you go back and forth.
Oh, the treadmill?
Treadmill. And so he was on the treadmill, and that's what delayed him. Rather than the praying and all of that. The Celtic game was over well before he was supposed to come out.
Okay. Because I wanted to make sure they were saying that could have been a distraction. Because what I don't understand is, like, most of the people that are on the internet, they don't really understand boxing, but a lot of them are blaming you when you basically was saying the same thing that they're saying. He just said, hey, he won. Pacquiao won. This shouldn't happen.
And I have absolutely zilch to do with the selection of the judges, with anything. You blame anybody, blame the Nevada Commission. Don't blame me. I have nothing to do with the selection of judges.
But don't you feel like that is just like the promoter always gets the blame no matter what, even though you're agreeing?
It's convenient to blame the promoter, and these people are ignorant. That's why all the promoters are sending small list of officials, and they all have to be residents of Nevada. That's insane. Insane. I mean, they should have a list of officials from the rest of the United States and all over the world, the best officials, and not getting the best officials. And that's a real problem.
Yeah, but a lot of those rounds a lot of them were competitive. I mean, even Bradley, you know, he injured both. He broke one of his ankles, and he's fighting again with a twisted ankle.
He's a good young man, and he's a good fighter. But let me tell you, he didn't win more than 2 rounds. I mean, it's not rocket science to judge a fight. You judge who connected with more punches and whose punches had the most effect. And in 10 and 12 rounds, the answer was Pacquiao. In 1 round, it was hard to tell. But if you give it to Bradley, that's okay. And only Bradley won that in 1 round. It was a competitive fight, but it was a one-sided.
Yes, because don't you feel at the end though that Pacquiao kind of took the foot off the gas a little bit because he felt that he was up a lot and he came on?
Yeah, but he won the 10th and 12th round, 10th and 11th round. I think in the last round he just stood around looking for a knockout.
Yeah, so that's what I thought. Like some of those rounds could have been swing rounds because Bradley was working hard early, then Pacquiao comes storming on late.
The round as a unified 3 minutes. If you take it as a unified 3 minutes, Pacquiao landed more punches, and his punches were...
Yeah, they were more authoritative. I'll give you that. He landed the more authoritative shots in the entire fight, and I did have him winning. I think I had it 117-111.
That's acceptable. That's 9-3.
Right, so I had him winning by a large margin. I gave Bradley maybe 3 or 4 rounds.
9-3 is fine. 9-3 is fine. 10-2, 9-3, 11-1, all acceptable. But how you give the fight to Bradley is incomprehensible.
Maybe they were just scoring aggression, but anyway, with the rematch clause in place, what do you think about having an open scoring for your next bout? Like
that's what we're going to do in El Paso. We're going to have the scores announced after the 4th and 8th round.
So do you think you'll do that for the Bradley fight? That will put a lot of people at ease knowing it'll be open scoring.
They won't let me do it in Nevada.
Oh, wow.
They're so archaic. They won't let me do it. I've been trying for years to do it.
Wow. Yeah, I think people need to write the Nevada State Athletic Committee. A lot of people don't know where to send their aggression to. I think that's what the main problem is.
Nevada Athletic Commission.
Yep. I think that's what it... Because it would put a lot of people at ease, and then it would let the fighters know, hey, I got to start fighting. Like Pacquiao would have, if they had open scoring.
Again, watch HBO on Saturday, and you'll see how we're going to announce it, the whole thing.
Okay, because they were saying, what was the other rumors? They were saying because of the anti-remarks he made earlier that they wanted to punish him because of that.
Oh, come on.
All right, it's lunacy.
Who knows? That's why you need an investigation by the Attorney General. Something's not right here.
Yeah, and
I put in a letter, I want to be investigated also.
You want to be investigated as well as the...
Absolutely. That's what I put. I mean, I'm the promoter. Investigate me also. Sure. Why not? You should. I had nothing to hide.
Now, I'm looking back at... Let's go back to the last fight.
And I had absolutely nothing to do with the selection of officials or how they acted. But you don't know that until you take my testimony on the road.
Okay, let's go back to the Marquez fight. Because that was a controversial decision there.
Yeah, but that could have gone either way. That could have gone either way. That was a real close fight. That's not the same as this last fight. That was a fight that was a real close fight, and if you scored it by a close for Manny or you scored it close for Marquez, you couldn't really argue.
Right. But there are a lot of people saying since you're promoting both fighters, they feel that you should have been more neutral in this situation because you're promoting both guys. It's like Bradley's not getting...
In which situation?
With the Pacquiao and Bradley situation, because you're promoting both guys, they felt like, well, it made it look like you were rooting for Manny Pacquiao over Tim Bradley. That's what the fans were...